Welcome to Reaper's Underground. We hope you survive.
That's right. The double shot has been poured, everybody. It is Reaper's Underground yet again for a second time this week. Thanks to everybody that showed up last night for our guest. But tonight, we are welcoming back alumnus David J. Paul. But this time, he's brought some friends with him. If you remember, we've been talking about his awesome career in indie horror and indie film as a whole. And now we're here to talk about one of his passion projects that he's working on. So, we welcome him and Tara and friend, because I didn't catch the other name.
My daughter, Bree.
Okay. To the underground. We're going to have some fun talking about this because I do believe we touched upon it in our interview the last time David was on, and it's called Riddle Games, and I can't wait to deep dive into this. But before we get into all this madness, let's take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Check that shit out. All right. It is not too late. Get over to horrorstruckhotsauce.com and get some of these new flavors because, as we know, the first 4 were absolute bangers. All right. So we are here to talk about riddle games. There we go. And like I said, we definitely touched upon this a little bit on our last interview. So now we get to go a little bit more in depth. So for everybody out in the Black Flame universe, let's give them a taste of what this film is about.
Okay.
Whoever wants to go first.
Oh,
don't everybody talk all at once.
1, 2, 3. So, all right. So let's start off by saying I had a concept idea, right? I'm all into the horror stuff. And I reached out to Tara. And Tara is my manager / new business partner of our brand new production company. Yeah, it's called Paul Bruno Films, which the website is almost completed. We had to fine tune it, and that's going to be up very, very shortly. It's going to kick ass. You're going to feel like you are already going into a movie theater. So it's pretty cool. Nice. And Bree over here is Tara's real life daughter and is also the Riddle Games script master. She is the writer. So I came up with a concept of 4 different movies that I really enjoyed watching. And there's one movie that's a cliffhanger. I shouldn't really announce because Tara said not to, so it'll be a spoiler. So I'll announce 3 of the 4. The 4th one you'll find out at the end of the movie when you watch it. So I'm a big Scream fan. So I want to create something that's similar to, so I love the Scream type style when it's a guessing game from beginning, middle, and end, and you don't know who the hell the killer is until the very end. Then you find out there's not 1 but 2 killer kind of thing. So we kind of built something similar around that. So we have a good story plot. And then we got a little jump scares going, got a little scary stuff. Then we brought in, which Steve, I know you're going to love, the type of movie that's gruesome, slasher, gory, the franchise of Saw. So
yes,
we put a little bit, put a little bit of people die, they die a gruesome, brutal way, just like the movie saw. Every little kill that we have is different and unique than the rest. So we did that. And I love the movie Seven, with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. So we put that as well. And of course, the last one is the cliffhanger, which I can't really say because it would be a spoiler. But
right, we don't want to do that.
Yeah. So pretty much, it's about two detectives who have to solve brutal murders in gruesome ways, and right where the bodies are, there's a riddle. We have to solve a riddle, and in the riddle, they actually give hints to who the next victim is going to be. So we have to try and solve it as a team of detectives. And when we find out who's dying, it is Detective Scott's own family members. So we have to kind of really do a little lockdown routine thing and keep everybody in the house until we find out who the killer is. But when you find out who it is, you really do not expect that this person or these people were behind it. So it's a cliffhanger. It's sort of like the game Clue. You got to solve riddles to solve murders and all that kind of jazz. So it's really freaking going to be on the edge of your seats. It's going to be great. It's scary. Like I said, jump scares, riddle solving. So it's a 77-minute movie. So it's really good length. And we leave something at the very end to make all the minds really be creative and guess about what's really going on. So that pretty much solves it all up. And Tara, Bree, if you want to chime in a little bit, you can, of course.
I think that was actually pretty great.
Well, you got the summation all put together there. First of all, welcome to everybody out there in the comment section that has shown up for these fine people. This is the time to share this out. Anywhere and everywhere there is a horror lover, because we need to make sure that we get riddle games out to the masses so that you could be watching it. And a little bit later on, we're going to tell you how you can become a part of it. Welcome to everybody there. Mortimer says, you had me at brutal. Intriguing. See, we like the brutality. And that's one of the things I was going to say, since you mentioned Scream, is that Scream has been able to kind of reinvent themselves, because they had the wheel for 3 to 4 films. But when number 5 and number 6 hit, they elevated that shit. They went from PG-13 to a solid R rating. I mean, bloody. Just the kills were better. The storyline has gotten more interesting, even though they still haven't quite explained how Billy Loomis's daughter, how she came to be. We don't know. We don't know where that came from, but they threw it at us and we just went with it. And we like it. So having those elements, and then of course, I mean, Saw, one of the most largest franchises in horror history. They just don't stop. They have another film coming out this year. Everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, if you don't know that, now you do. But they have another installment. So it's something that just doesn't go away. And as we know, all of our wonderful horror community love Carnage Candy, and that those films always deliver. So having all those elements in this, I think is going to make it very highly successful. And at the bottom there, just so you know, we're going to be referencing this constantly, that there is a current Indiegogo campaign right now for the Riddle games, that you can check out some of these really cool perks, and we'll be discussing what they are later, of course. And that's how you can help support and, get a piece of the film, be part of it. Why not? So, what kind of fueled this project?
Easily, my sick, crazy mind. There you go.
So you just called Tara up one day and said, "You know what? I have this thought. What do you think?
He said, I have this thought. I was like, you know what? We can build on that. Let's keep going. Do you like this? And he goes, well, yeah. Do you like this? Yeah. Let's do it all together, all in one. Absolutely. Can we do that? Oh, yes.
Well, that's one of the things, it's about taking chances. I think, because typical horror films have been done, redone a billion different times, a billion different ways. So trying to bring, like you said, Seven, Saw, and Scream all together, I don't think anyone's done that.
Well, no. And it's including the cliffhanger of all. There's one more movie, which I know I'm not supposed to say.
Don't you do it.
Spoiler.
Don't you do
it. Yep. I'm not a spoiler.
I'm not afraid to use it.
So basically, what the ladies are saying, the last movie of what we put in this will be mind-blowing. You won't even understand how the hell that even happened. It will give you chills, I promise you. It gave me chills when I read the script.
Absolutely. Who primarily worked on that?
The script?
Yes.
Us three.
That'd be me.
Now, had you done a lot of screenplays before?
So I went to college and I took a screenwriting class, but this is my first actual screenplay. So this is my first go at it, and I'm really glad that everybody liked it so much, because I was very nervous that nobody was gonna like it and it was gonna be terrible.
She did.
That's just my brain. It doesn't like me.
That's awesome. So what is kind of like your style with this? Do you do a lot of character development? Or do you kind of pacing always seems, to be a tough thing when writing a script, because, some people, especially 2025, people's minds, they want everything moving quickly. So what kind of approach did you take to it?
So I know when I first was given the opportunity, I decided to write the riddles first and then how I wanted the deaths to go. So I think because of that, the pacing is very boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Yeah, I think everything. We start right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You don't have much downtime in this. It's like
bloody
0 to 80 almost immediately.
As it should be.
So it starts kind of explosively is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. I always feel like that is a great way to do things. And I'm not trying to go back to this film constantly, but Scream, the original one, did that very thing. It was in your face right away. So that's really cool.
Yep. Steve, within the first 8 to 10 minutes, you get brutal kills right off the bat. And right when that's done, then the title of the movie, The Real Games, begins. Then the real story happens. So we just want to captivate the audience. We want them to sit their fannies on those seats, because we're about to show people when they're actually watching that you're in our world now, our mind, and this is a kick-ass story.
And that's what it's all about, in my opinion. We want to suck people into a different world, something that makes them uncomfortable, takes them out of the humdrum of their regular lives and into something that they can really be invested in. Mm-hmm. So are you guys trying to plan a theatrical release for it once it's done?
Ladies, who wants to say anything?
I'll let the businesswoman take that one.
So yes, we are. We're actually working on distribution with a couple of the big players.
Oh, okay.
That's where we see this at.
Yeah. And a lot of the big players are the ones that the whole world knows who they are instantly. The ones that have a huge revenue, especially when they take the horror genre. So, we want this to be a beautiful kind of art where when we have something to show like this, when it's finally completed, through editing, through music, through the kills, the special effects, the whole 9 yards, that there's a company that loves this kind of art, loves this kind of feel, and knows exactly where to hit it in the heart of all the horror fans.
I believe we actually rewrote the script a couple of times for them in mind, specifically to have this picked up. So yes.
And that's one thing that we've been seeing currently with indie film, especially indie horror, is that, you know, more and more directors are trying to get these films into theaters instead of straight to streaming. Not anything against that, but, you know, it shows that if there's enough people behind it, and I mean, again, I referenced The Terrifier. Nobody thought that film would have ever made it to the big screen. And look at what happened. Multi-million dollars of revenue on that film worldwide. So I commend you guys for doing that. I think that's a great idea. And it shows everybody how much you believe in it. And I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that this couldn't do a successful run. We were just talking to Jay Horton of A Hard Place last week about we touched upon that topic of how he's currently just going around making those relationships with movie theaters and stuff like that, and how tough it is. Has that been kind of a big process for you guys?
Well,
like forming the relationships,
like what you just said. It's all about connections. It's all about forming friendships or bonds, or you know, it's all about seeing the big picture. And if you really talk to the right people and you give them the right vision of where it's going to go, they see the vision with you, then you're in. But it's all about who you talk to, who are the people you want to talk to. Not everybody's going to agree with it, and if they don't, then okay, who cares? We move on. Eventually, we're going to find somebody. And the way that Tara, Bree, and I work, we're all go-getters, right? So we have everything there. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to continually keep pushing it. And like I said, yeah, it's on Indiegogo right now. We just got it up there. 9 days to go. There's a budget of 10 grand we want to reach to make the movie. I'm saying right now we have
that's a modest amount of money too.
Yeah, I mean, we already have $310 raised in just a day or so.
Nice.
29 to go. But like I told Tara, like I told Bree and others, I don't care if we don't make that budget, because we all have dedicated people that want to make this happen. And all the money on the back end, when it gets picked up for distribution, that's where the rest of the money is going to be. So as long as everyone's on board and everyone loves the concept and they believe in it, we'll do whatever we can to help everybody on the cast and crew be comfortable in any way possible. And we just got to push it. And when we push it, we'll hit the right distribution company. We already have 5 distribution companies in talks with us right now as we speak. So regardless, this will, and I promise, I state right now, this will be picked up. And when it does, if we don't reach the goal or not, we're still going to be making money. We're still going to have it successful. We're still going to hit it on all the streaming networks as much as possible. And we're going to continue. Right now, we have an outline already starting to write up for the sequel.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
So
and you haven't even, shot one frame yet. That's awesome. That's the level of passion that we're always talking about here at the Underground. This is what it takes to do this. So this is kind of a workshop for everybody out there, any would-be directors, writers, actors, and actresses. So go ahead and continue. Sorry.
No. So we already have the outline for the sequel because we know where the story's going. Mm-hmm. We already envision where it is. We know how we're going to captivate all the fans, old, new, future. This is something that no one, and I repeat that nobody is going to see coming. And when we do hit it, then everyone's going to know why we push hard for this kind of movie. Because it clicked very quickly. We saw the vision. We saw where it's going to begin, middle, and end. And when you have that kind of vision, you don't stop. You continue to push it no matter what. And then after that, it's all about the fans. If they really love it, they believe it, we captivate them. We have a little bit of everything in this movie, and there's actual story that makes sense. Not like
Right.
stories that are just kill and naked broads, and no story. We don't do that. We actually have a story. We have the gruesome kills. We have something that is going to lead you to a sequel, and it won't make you think, "Oh, that didn't make any sense." Everything makes sense. That's why we over.
As far as like villains, do you feel like the villains in this film are going to really kind of resonate with the horror community? Because obviously a lot of the villains are becoming like anti-heroes to people. Is that something we can see in this film?
Steve, you want to hear something funny? You know how I play a villain almost in everything I do.
Right. Me
movie,
too.
Yes, you do. Believe it or
It's
not,
true. It's true.
it is. He's not bullshitting you, ladies. He is a villain. But I'll tell you right now, this movie and these ladies on the upper right-hand corner could vouch for me. This is the first movie that I do not play a villain. I'm actually Detective Scott. I'm actually a detective that's trying to solve the murders of hopefully stopping these crazy killings and murdering my family. So I get to show the audience I can play something else than a villain.
How are you preparing for that role?
Ooh. Well, I'm watching different movies. I'm watching Frozen Ground with
Frozen Ground, yes.
I'm watching that a little bit. I'm watching Seven. I'm watching
from Brad Pitt's perspective or Morgan Freeman's?
Brad Pitt.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I'm the younger detective. The older one, he's a bit old. So
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Captain Scott's like my personality. He's a wild guy. He's a wild guy, and I'm wild. So there's times where I'm going to slow it down a little bit, but this is going to take me to a whole new realm of mind-blowing, how a detective should act, and get a little dramatic in it, and take my personality to a different edge, where how will I think about what am I going to do when all my family members are dying? How am I going to feel? How am I going to be more dedicated? And how I'm going to want to get more serious about it and stop it from happening? So that's pretty much where my mindset's going. So I'm taking a little bit of those roles from those different movies. Also, there's another detective movie that I was watching with Eric Bana. I forgot the
sure,
with Joel McHale and stuff like that. Deliver Us from Evil or something like that, or
that would be the one. I've
cool.
seen that one.
Yeah, so I'm watching a whole bunch of stuff to really get my mind played. But when you find out who the killers really are in this movie, they already know who they are. Tara and Bree know. We already contacted them privately because we saw them right away playing these roles. We reached out to them and we say, guys, this is the story. You're going to be the main badass guys. Are you ready for something like this? And when they said, hell yeah, then we already knew we're hook, line, and sinker. We got some main players here that are really going to deliver and make you guys believe.
And then they read the script, and then they were like, hell yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah, let's talk about the casting a little bit. As I understand, David said that he announced, I think, another cast member today. So who all have you casted thus far up to this moment?
Well, today I announced Steve Stanulis. Steve Stanulis is a veteran actor. He's all over the place. He acts with all major celebrities. He actually is a very, very high-level talent. A lot of people know who he is already. You can always go on his IMDb. It speaks volumes. He's playing Kyle. Kyle is my arch nemesis of Detective Scott in the movie. Him and I have a little beef going on, and we're play brothers. So when I reached out to Steve, I was like, dude, you fit this role perfectly. Let me get it back to Tara, and she'll look at you too. Tara's like, oh my God, he's perfect. So we nailed his role and his look perfectly. We also got a whole boatload of other players. Like we got Sean Puccio, we got Kylie Nicole, we got Tara and Bree over here. They're actually acting in the movie as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I play his wife.
I play his daughter.
Dun, dun, dun.
So might as well.
Like we didn't see that coming.
We also have good players like Rena Romano. We have, let's see, who else we have? Jose Masonette, Clinton Walker. We have Ann Mirna from Return of the Corn Zombies. We have
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Steve
Ciceron.
Ciceron.
He's playing my detective partner, Detective Adam, in the movie.
Nice.
And he also played my brother in my short suspenseful drama comedy thriller, The Secret Mechanic. So we fed off perfectly together, and we said, you know what? Damn, I wish that we showed the audience a little bit more of what we could do together instead of a short. Let's make it a feature. So here I am, like 5 or 6 movies later, and I call him up. I'm like, dude, you want to show the audience what we could really do together? And he's like, fuck yeah, let's do this. So now we're playing detective partners in this movie and a feature. So we get to show the audience a little bit more of, you know, what real good bonds are. We also got Nick Kersey. We have a professional wrestler named John Rage Lesser out in he's a badass. We got
wrestlers make such great actors for films.
Yeah.
I still am trying to figure out why The Undertaker never showed up in a horror film.
Well, he reminds me of you, Steve. You have your face. John Rage has his face paint. Guys, you want to show him a picture really quick? Can you try?
John Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Rage.
I think I may have seen it, but if you got it, that would be cool to show everybody.
We also have, guys, can you help me out with the rest of the cast?
Yeah, hold on. You said Sarah Dolan.
Oh, we got Zach. We got my good buddy, Zach Ziggy Johnson. Zach Johnson is a professional boxer. He's also an MMA fighter.
Oh, my goodness.
You guys can see that.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Yep.
See, Steve, he looks like you.
I don't know. I like my style better. Mine's a little darker.
Yeah. We also have Sarah Dolan. We have.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm bringing back a couple of the Return of the Corn Zombies people. You know.
Yeah.
Together. We definitely have a boatload of people. We have 17 or 18 cast members, but in the first couple of minutes, 4 of them already die. So we kind of eliminate them really quickly. We also have a detective role that's in the movie that you could buy that perk. It's a day player role if you want to play a detective.
We're going to get to that when we talk about the Indiegogo. You're jumping ahead.
Anyway, well, we have Matt. I'm sorry, Johnny. I can't pronounce your last name, bro, but it's John McCaig or it's MCAIG. John, I can't stand your last name. It's hard to pronounce, but you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, we have
in there too.
No.
Can't pronounce it either.
Yeah, John McCaig or John Mistake or something. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at that. I'm sorry, but
no worries. But I mean, it sounds like you've definitely have assembled an amazing cast thus far. Just a wealth of talent and recognizing who is going to bring these roles to life as you envision them. So it's really going to be exciting to see.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Also, we forgot to mention our new director, Tara. Would you like to announce our new director and our cinematographer and lighting and gaffer?
So Scott Christensen is going to be our director now.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else did you want? You wanted everybody, right? Let me go into that.
Well, I mean, you could like our cinematographer, Josh.
Josh.
Hmm?
Hold on. There you go.
Technical difficulties, I say.
Warmanhoven, is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's a big one.
A lot of hard names to me.
Yeah, he set us up for failure.
And we have our first and second AD, our boy Zach.
Zach, yes.
So Zach Taco Barons is playing a double shift here. He is
Okay.
first and second AD. He's going to do a lot of the work for that to keep everybody on par. And we have Sala Tepes, who's our special effects costume maker with blood, gore, decapitation of a head, that cool stuff. We also have, Jonathan Henley, who is our magnificent location scout manager for the project. He got us both locations to film. He's also in charge of kick-ass catering. He did a wonderful job. These locations are going to be unbelievable.
Everybody likes to eat.
Yeah.
Did you say Jose?
And then we have, Jose. How do you spell his whole name?
Jose Miguel Hoyos, maybe?
Hoyos.
That's right.
He's also our gaffer and lighting.
Nice.
What he's doing. So I'm sorry, guys, if we're forgetting others, but we're trying here.
Trying really hard.
Well, and the crew is equally as important as the cast, because the best films happen when the cast and crew are literally one big family. You know what I mean? It makes the process easier, and everyone's working towards that goal of making the best film possible. So we definitely wish you a ton of success with that. I think that's exactly what you've assembled. So let's kind of move on just a little bit to the subliminal message at the bottom of the screen there, the Indiegogo campaign for the Riddle games. What are some of the exciting ways that anybody out there in the Black Flame universe that can help support what you're doing? If you could kind of give us a little glimpse into that.
So we have, there's perks where you can just donate. We have special thanks where we would list your name in the credits as the credits roll by. We have things like signed posters, and the poster would be signed by the entire cast and crew. We have face placement in the movie, so your face would be on film.
Nice.
We have a couple voice roles where your face wasn't there, but your voice would be recognized. That one,
I think that's awesome.
That one was sold almost right away. And then we had somebody else contact us on the side and say, I didn't click fast enough. And I went, wait a minute. Well, wait, if you really want it, we will write you in. And we did that.
They have the power.
Yes. So if you really want it and it's already gone, hit us up. But there is one big perk that's left, and that is an actual role with lines. It is a big part, and it's still there. So,
I mean, that's a great way. I always think of it this way. So many people are like, pay to play is not the way to go. You don't want to be known as being that actor or actress. But if you're just starting out, this is an opportunity that you are presenting everyone who might be wanting to get their start. It's not a bad way to go. And to have a role that's not just a bit part, like you said, it's actually very important. I think it's a great opportunity. And that's speaking from an actor standpoint. I think I just have this feeling that this film is going to resonate. It's going to hit. really, really well. And you have a chance out there in the Black Flame universe to make your mark, get your start in a film that obviously the passion here is running red hot.
And I will give you a secret about that big perk.
Okay.
David J. Paul will be in that scene.
Oh my goodness.
So,
you get to act with the man himself.
Yes, sir.
Who wants to pass that up? Seriously. Go ahead.
Oh, did he
Frozen.
lose?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Awkward.
If he has to refresh, just make sure you back out and come back in. That's all you got to do. Oh my goodness.
Wait, am I okay? Am I okay?
He's an actor. He's not very computer literate. I mean,
he reminds me of, like, you know, you watch those movies where you have a weather guy or something, and he's like, we're having some difficulties.
That's fine size.
Because when his screen froze, I thought that was fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. But
for you.
You guys need to go to this Indiegogo campaign, and all you demons and addicts out there, you guys have always supported me and other very, very good independent film. This is a very unique opportunity, and one that I everybody can be proud of. Now, one of the questions I did have, do you have any plans on trying to shoot like a proof of concept trailer to go with your campaign?
We do. Now that we finally have all of our crew assembled.
Yes.
It
Okay.
kind of looks like he's back. Kind of looks like he's not
frozen.
back. He's still frozen.
Just staring. At us.
It's like a headshot. It's like a
Am I
headshot.
frozen?
Yeah, it's like a headshot. It's
Your
actually
voice
kinda
is
cool.
not, but you yourself are frozen.
God.
Bueller.
Am I still
Bueller.
frozen?
Yes, sir. The only time you weren't is when you were in the darkness, when you were in the shadows.
Go back to the shadows, dude.
We were talking about you. All bad things. All bad things.
He's laughing his
Yeah.
ass off. I love it. We're actually better now. We might be catching up
there
in
you
real
go.
time.
There you go.
Quit touching shit.
Truly.
Right.
Yeah, am I back?
Sort of.
Not anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes,
we
you're
can
just on
always
a
hear
delay.
you. I feel like there's
That's
a
all.
slight delay on your talking, though.
He's like, son of a bitch.
I know.
Oh man.
Kind of mad.
But right. Now, have you fully casted this film, or do you still have some roles that are kind of outstanding?
For the main roles, I think today we casted the last
Nice.
big role we had. We have some others to fill.
Like supporting cast and stuff like
Yes.
that.
That
Awesome.
just happened like right before this. That's why I'm like
Trying
trying
to
to remember.
Well, I mean, let's let everyone know out there in Black Flame Land how they might be able to, inquire about auditioning for some of those roles that you don't have filled, just in case. Because I always have a lot of actors and actresses that do show up on these shows, and they're always looking for, new opportunities.
So even if it's not for this particular movie, like I said, we have another one right behind it that's
Right.
we're in the process of writing. So if you're interested and want to send us a headshot, your reel, and your information, we have a email to our company. It's Paul Bruno Films with an S, all one word, @gmail.com.
I just want to put that in the chat there for anybody that is interested in possibly doing this, because, you know, we're all in this together, everybody. I preach it every single day. You know, the only way to break through is to give it a try. Don't even worry about it. Just try it. You never know what can happen. Look at David Howard Thornton. That's all I have to say. Take a chance. Even if you think that.
Okay, am I back?
You're back now.
You were going.
I told you, in the shadows. In the shadows. And I mean, it just always seems to work.
I tell you, I got no reception in this shithole. That's for sure. But all right, I have 19 minutes till I have to go back into the non area.
Into the light.
Reception, but
19 minutes before you go into the light.
Tragic.
The Wi-Fi is not strong with you, sir. And that's okay. So this is a good time to go ahead and do shameless plugs. So where can everybody out there that has shown up for you guys tonight to be able to follow you, or, you know, follow the film? Let's let them know all the socials.
So David J. Paul's on Facebook and on Instagram. I think everybody already follows him. I'm on Facebook. It's actually Tara Hardesty Brunner. And on Instagram, I'm Mama T.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And
I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I don't remember my handles though.
And that's okay.
I'm a fool. Let me figure that out. I'm supposed to be the youngin'.
there's a new app coming though for the books.
Oh yeah, I am on Home Books. New app for the book.
Yes, if
book
you're a
release.
reader, there's a brand new app coming out. It hasn't launched yet.
Did just launch today.
Oh, well, there you go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm stormy on that.
Yeah, so this app came about when they thought TikTok was actually going to like disappear for good.
Oh, yeah. I did hear about that. Yes.
So if you're a reader, regardless of what genre you like, this app is specifically for that.
Awesome.
So go reserve your screen name now.
Yeah, I have mine. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, how cool. All right.
Like,
Because, you know, Reaper here is literally on just about all the things that you can imagine. So I might as well pick one of those up too. The only one I don't fuck with is X. I'm just not interested, even though so many people say it's important. My agent's like, if you don't want it, don't do it. So I'm like,
It's not going to be there.
it's not user friendly in my opinion. Maybe I'm dumb and I just can't figure it out. It's not user friendly.
It isn't. I have one. I don't use it because it, like she said, it's just too much.
well, there's just too much garbage on there too.
That too.
It's kind of where I'm at with it, but now you guys know. Now you know where to go, and we are looking forward to seeing this proof of concept trailer once you guys get it together. And believe me, all of us here, myself at Reapers Underground and Black Flame Entertainment, we will make sure that we push the shit out of it to make sure that you get all the eyes on it as possible. Also, I know, David, you had mentioned that you wanted to mention a few other projects that you're currently involved in. So here's the perfect time to do it.
Sure. So I'm actually going to be this Saturday. It's called Locked on Love. It is written and directed by Rachel Reedy, and I play a bank manager who
Everybody hates the
I'm a
bank
good guy.
manager.
Yeah.
So you're
The
a
guy
villain.
that says, no, you don't
Like-
get the loan. Go fuck yourself, you know? That guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm go figure. I play a good guy, and a bad thing happens to me. So it's kind of like opposite of what I'm used to. But I play a bank
Right.
manager who gets robbed in the beginning of the movie, and I chase the sucker down, and he escapes. I'm out of breath, so I basically can't chase the guy. He disappears. Well, he disappears out of thin air. I can't chase him. So you find out that later on down the movie, I'm in the courtroom where they say that they found the guy that robbed my bank, and I make the biggest scene in the whole entire bank by basically saying that's the guy when I'm falsely accusing the guy. It's not really him, but I get yanked out and dragged out of the courtroom by the bailiff because I'm making so much of a ruckus. And
Yes.
that is the first ever that I've ever played a bank manager. And then I was just in a movie called Cruel Summer 4. Have you heard Cruel Summer 4?
I didn't even know they were still
Yeah.
making sequels for that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was in Summer 4. The movie's directed by Scott Temperman and Jason Schneider. Great guys. I had a great time playing Emilio. They have celebrities in the movie like Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead, Courtney Gaines from the movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks. They have John Dugan.
Gotta love
Dugan
Courtney.
from the Texas. Yeah. So they have quite a few. Yeah. So they have quite a few people there. So I had a blast working on that. There's other movies that are going to be coming out very soon, but other than our movie, I'm also creating a couple other stories that are feature films. Of course, in the psychological thriller department, another one in the horror department. I have people they're contacting me every day. They say, Dave, we want to work with you. Can you create a story? So I have a couple of screenwriters that are going to work with me on those as well.
Nice.
And I'm going to have a small cast of like 5. But the cast is only going to be a cast of 5. I'm only going to have 5 characters. Maybe Steve. Yeah. So we'll talk about it for sure. But we're going to have 5. But we're only going to have 5 characters, possibly 6, but that's it. From these movies, other than the real games, I'm going to start from now on making really small cast. Really, because it's going to be easier. I want everybody to get paid. So it'll be easier to pay everybody. It'll be a great story. They're all going to be features. And we'll get distribution for them as well. But
fantastic.
So I got to talk to another screenplay writer after this. Because she wants to talk about the story idea. So I'm going to have another screenwriter write another story. And we'll get that going out soon too. And I'm going back into the paranormal TV series. So I have another paranormal show that I'm going to be going in, and it's going to be a reality show. What I mean by that is there's absolutely no scripts whatsoever. This is the real deal.
Do you promise?
I'm only going with 3 people. And the poster. Well, I'll tell you right now, Steve, when this is going to be seen, this is all reality.
Nice.
It's what you see is what you get. So
that's how they should be.
We I talked about it really quickly. You just went off really quick. What'd you say?
I said nice.
Tragic.
Oh shit! I think I'm tapped in by a spirit right now, Steve. I can't hear shit.
You see?
That's just the old age.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
What old age?
I need to have a button. I need to have like that little button that I can hit that every time. Woo. No, that's awesome to hear. And everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, you have heard it here. You know where to find them, to follow. And of course, there will more than likely be a Facebook page set up for the film. And obviously following all the upcoming projects that this awesome team is putting together. So thank you guys so much for sitting down with us tonight in the underground. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having David on the show. And so nice to meet you all. Nice and we want to make sure that we bring the level of awareness to what you guys are doing, because you're just blowing up exponentially with so many great ideas. And one more time, I gotta do it. Indiegogo.com, Riddle Games, get involved. That's the thing. Without you, the horror community, these passion projects cannot come to life. And you've now seen what can happen when you do get behind films like this. So if you're a fan of any of the films that we've mentioned that is going into this script idea, we can't wait to see the proof of concept trailer. And I know you're going to want to snatch up one of these perks because they go fast. We are not lying here. They go fast. And when you support us, we can make the best films possible. So for everybody that has shown up for you tonight, what is your lasting message for them?
Ladies, you can go first.
Help us solve the riddle. Help us solve the riddle.
Awesome.
Oh,
absolutely.
Okay.
He's like, is that it? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, if you like it, solve the riddle or die trying.
Okay, well.
Nice.
Well, all right. Now you're doing great. I see you're on that. So this is what I have to say. I have to say, as Detective Scott says, please join me and my detective partner to solve these brutal, gruesome murders of my family. I can't do it alone. I need your help. And with you in my corner, we will solve it.
Good line.
Absolutely.
That.
It doesn't get more, tightrope-ish than that. And humble as always. If it's one thing that I've seen all the way through the comments, everybody can feel the energy, the passion, and the hard work that's going into what you do. So make sure everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, you are following these fine, creative people. And thank you for showing up and, checking this out and finding out about it. If you haven't shared it already, please share it as many times in as many groups as you can possibly do, because that is how we get the word out. When you're in the trenches, it takes a village to raise a family, and that is what we are doing right now. So again, thank everybody. Thank you guys for joining me tonight in the underground, and don't go anywhere. Because right after broadcast here, myself and my brother Mortimer Deadfellow are about to bring you another edition of the Horror Barbecue as we talk about the top occult horror films of all time. You're not going to want to miss that. We're going to be talking about some of your favorites, and we want to hear your picks as well. So don't go nowhere, and make sure that you always stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reapers Underground.
Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.